is literally like frozen into my glove for 2 seconds. Ah! Oh, I'm missing them. Oh, hello friends, and welcome back to another video, and my first video of 2026. I'm not going to say Happy New Year because I feel like by the time this vlog goes out it's going to be quite late into January, but I do hope you've all had the loveliest start to the new year. January for me is a very much a reno DIY month. We've lived in this house for like, is it like 5 or 6 months? It could be 6 months. And I feel like we've just not done a lot to it yet. We have painted the bathroom and we have pretty much finished the living room now, although we just kept the paint that was already in there. But other than that, we've not really done anything, and I really want to get the bedroom sorted, particularly the 2 spare rooms, because I am still kind of living out of boxes, or more like clothes bags, and then I've got a few rails up, but it's just disorganized and I'm finding it really difficult. So yeah, that is on the agenda for January and most likely February as well. We want to do it on a bit of a budget too, because we've got the wedding coming up this July, so funds are running fairly low. I would not recommend buying a house and getting married twice all in the space of a year. It has been quite taxing on the bank accounts, but yeah, it's all going to be worth it, and then we can revisit things after the wedding once we know where our funds are at. But yeah, for now we're just going to do it on a bit of a budget, IKEA packed hacks and all that good stuff. So yeah, I thought I would film the process of sorting out the first of the spare rooms. We went on a lovely walk this morning, as you will have seen. Not really sure why I've done a full face of makeup and my hair, because I'm just doing DIY today, but I thought I would just start off the year as I mean to go on. Sometimes I can get into the habit of just scraping my hair back, not doing anything with my face, which is fine, like for days where I want to leave my skin to breathe, which is very often, then I will do that. But it's Saturday today, so I thought I would just make myself look a little bit presentable to kick off at this vlog. Okay, so this is the room in question. It is our pretty small 3rd bedroom. I feel like you probably couldn't even get a double bed in here, maybe at a push there, but it's more of like a single room. So now we're just going to use it as a bit of a dressing room. So over here, I'm going to put an IKEA Pax unit. One will fit like perfectly in there because there's like a beam up there. Sorry, I'm just filming on my phone because I feel like the colours come out a little bit more true to what they're like in real life. So yeah, I'm thinking an IKEA Pax unit in there, maybe the like smaller depth one, because you can get 2 different types, and I feel like because you come in here you don't want it to jut out too much, so I'm thinking maybe the lower depth one, and then just have shelves in there, and that's going to be where my bags are stored. We're also hoping to DIY our own doors for the Pax, just to make them look a little bit more bespoke, and so we can paint them the same colour as the room. And then the same situation over here. Annoyingly, we've got like a very sloped roof, so we can fit in the taller IKEA Pax over here with more than enough room to spare at the top. But on this side, we're gonna have to do the shorter one. I'm also thinking of going for the normal depth here, so I can have a rail and then drawers at the bottom. Hopefully that will look okay, but yeah, it doesn't really matter too much because people aren't really gonna be seeing this room very often. I might use it as a filming backdrop, but we'll have to see. And then in terms of colours, this is the one we are going for. It is a Faro and Ball drop cloth. Now on the website they describe this as like a greige, I think. But to me, it's more of like a neutral, very like earthy green tone. It's definitely got a bit of beige and a bit of grey in there, but then I'd also say I can definitely see a green undertone in here too. This was the other one we tried, which I think was called Shaded White, but to me this one leans a little bit more grey, and I like the deeper earthy tone of this one. But I do always feel like once you put them on the wall, like they look completely different to how the tester pot looks. So hopefully this will brighten up a little bit, because we ended up going for the modern emulsion paint, which is what we used in the bathroom. It's got a bit more of a sheen, but I think it is a lot more hard wearing in terms of like marks. And with Faro and Ball, their like flat matte one has mixed reviews. So I thought we'd just stick to what we know. So the next job now is to put our dado rail up on the wall. Initially I was going to do paneling in here, but I've decided it might look too fussy, and then also because we're doing the wardrobes on two of the walls, I just feel like it's just not really worth it. So we're going to do a dado rail to add a little bit of character, and then otherwise we're just going to colour drench the entire room in drop cloth. So the woodwork and the door will all be painted the same colour, just for ease, to be honest. And apparently with a smaller room it can make it look bigger to have it colour drenched, so we shall see. This carpet will be going. It's got so many marks over it, some from the previous owner and then some from me, where I smashed a bronzer on the floor. Just about to make myself some lunch. I've got leftover butternut squash soup. I feel like that is the perfect January meal. I'm not actually sure if I've ever filmed in this kitchen before. And this is actually the only room we're not going to be doing anything to at the minute, because eventually this will fully be getting ripped out. We're hoping to actually do an extension to the side of our house as well, but that is quite far down the line. But yeah, we just thought we'd leave it for now. It's pretty livable, to be honest. It's not ideal, but it will do for now. The only change, in fact, that we are going to be making is getting an island to go here. I've seen one on IKEA, which looks quite nice, and I'm thinking I could DIY it and paint it a different colour. So yeah, that should be happening in January as well, because I feel like it's quite like a big space and we're just not really utilising it at the minute because the kitchen's just on either side. So that will give us a bit more workspace. I thought I would just show you where we're at in the living room, because like I said, we are very nearly done in here. The final piece is the armchair, which I was telling you about in my last vlog. It is the IKEA Ektorp armchair, and then I got the covers from a company called Bems, who we had covers from on our last sofa, which was also IKEA. I actually built this myself, which I was very impressed with. It wasn't actually very difficult, to be fair, but putting the covers on was probably the most difficult part, but we got there in the end. Bems do a couple of different styles, so they've got like the classic fit of the covers, which is more like the IKEA style, or we went for the loose fit covers, and I'm so glad that we did, because I feel like they make it just look a little bit less IKEA, if that makes sense, because the like bit, the like drapey bit like drapes on the floor, which is nice. You also get some like covers for the armrests, and it just feels a little bit more like relaxed and Nancy Myers-esque, I would say. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is quite a bit bigger than I was expecting. I feel like because the arms are quite like wide, it does look quite big, but I also think that could be that I'm just not used to it in the room yet. So yeah, I do really like it. It's very comfortable, and I absolutely love the fabric we went for. This is the herringbone chocolate colour. This was actually one of their more affordable fabrics as well, and I feel like it's really nice quality, and I love the herringbone texture. It feels very cozy, and it just ties in really nicely with the rest of the room and the other fabrics and prints we've got in here. I did show you our new-ish rug in the last vlog, but this is from Ruggable, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, look at those colours together. I just feel like they blend really nicely. And then our sofa is from Rowan and Wren, which you've definitely seen before. I love this sofa so much. I think because it doesn't have the back cushions, it's just so easy to keep looking nice. I've had some of my gorgeous Christmas presents sat in a box at the corner of the room because I've been wanting to show you them. There's very much a theme going on here with like home fragrances and like body lotions and things, which is so nice because these are the kind of things that I wouldn't really buy myself. So yeah, it's just like the dream to have all these lovely things to distribute around the home. I got a couple of diffusers. This one is the Vine Tomato from Dalesford. I've had the candle of this before, and it is the perfect scent for a kitchen. I feel like the tomato smell is supposed to really get rid of cooking smells as well. So yeah, highly recommend this if you like a fresh green scent. In fact, lots of the fragrances here are very much that kind of vibe. So if you also like that, then I definitely recommend. This one is from Bamford, which is also like a Dalesford affiliated brand. It's a fig leaf, coriander and basil diffuser. I've taken this out to smell it, and it smells absolutely divine, and the packaging is also gorgeous, so I'll show you that in a sec, but I'm thinking either the bathroom or the bedroom for that one. And then I got another of the Le Labo Encens candles. This is my favourite candle in existence. Every single person that has come into my house when I've had this on has complimented it. It is just the dream winter scent. This one isn't like a fresh green scent at all. It's very like strong and yeah, incensey. It's absolutely gorgeous though. And then this is another candle from Byredo, Summer Rain. This one is a fig and quite minty fragrance. I love fig and fig leaf in a fragrance. It's probably my favourite fragrance note, so can't wait to burn this one, but definitely going to save that for the summer. And then these are from Loewe, and is this just not the most beautiful packaging you've ever seen for a hand soap and body lotion? I think they are so stunning and would make the perfect present for a luxury fashion lover. They're absolutely gorgeous, and again, these are tomato leaves, but I think these smell like fig as well. They're absolutely stunning. I did actually use a bit of the body lotion the other day, and oh my god, the fragrance is so strong and it's just to die for. Again, very much like a summer fragrance, so I will save these for summer, but absolutely beautiful, and I just adore the packaging. I feel like these are going to look gorgeous in the bathroom or by the kitchen sink. And then finally, I've got a magnesium body butter from Neom and a pillow mist again from Bamford. I feel like these are the perfect like luxury items to add into your evening bedtime routine. I've heard really good things about this Neom magnesium body butter, so I'm very excited to give that a go. And again, this smells divine. It's like a very like lavendery evening spa like scent. And then the Bamford pillow mist, I absolutely love a pillow mist. I feel like they are perfect if you like to romanticize life, just to spray on your pillow before bed. So yeah, I am a very lucky girl. I also got quite a few other gorgeous presents as well, but I thought I would just save these bits to show you in case any of you have any presents to buy or have a birthday coming up. I've just put the Bamford diffuser out in the bathroom on my little antique stool that I got from an antiques fair a few months ago. I just feel like this is the most gorgeous diffuser. Like, look at the sticks. They're like a really rustic vibe. They just look so lovely, and it looks very spa-like. Probably should get a coaster or a little tray for this. I might actually go grab one now because I don't want it to ruin the wood. And then I've just got a little hand towel on the other side. So yeah, very, very happy with that. I've also just popped my Loewe hand soap and body lotion in this cabinet. If you couldn't tell, I am a big fan of like a luxury hand soap. I also treated myself to this Byredo set in the Black Friday sale. Space NK had the best offer on. I think it was 20% off and then an extra something percent off that. Maybe it was 10% on top. Can't remember, but I remember them being an absolute steal. Again, these are more of like a spring scent. This is gorgeous, very like floral. So I'm gonna use that one in spring, and then that will be my summer set. And then at the minute, I've got the Diptyque hand soap and hand lotion on the go. For quite a while, I did have just like standard soap in here, but I decided to treat myself to a refill of the exfoliating soap. It is just so expensive, but I really like an exfoliating soap. I do also like the Aesop one as well. In fact, I probably prefer the formula of that one, but I love this one for the glass jar. So I feel like if you were going to buy a present for someone, I would recommend the Diptyque over the Aesop, which just comes in a plastic bottle. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks since I last caught up with you, and as you might be able to tell, the room is looking quite different to when I last checked in. So we have done all of the painting now. I love the colour. This is Faro and Ball drop cloth, and we have colour drenched the entire room. Obviously the door still needs doing, but I need to sand and prime this first, and then that will be exactly the same colour too. Yeah, I love the colour so much. When it first went on, I felt like it looked very beige, but then now we've done 2 coats and the entire room is painted, it definitely looks more green, and I just feel like it's such a calming colour. Like, I'm gonna love getting ready in this room, and I'm also really glad that we did it all one colour too. I just feel like it looks really seamless and makes the room look a little bit bigger. And then the floors, we have pulled up the carpet. We were going to have flooring put down in all of the bedrooms. I'll show you the sample that I really liked. But obviously the one that I loved was by far the most expensive, and before the wedding we are on a bit of a budget for renovations, so we decided we're actually going to restore our original floorboards for now, and then later down the line we could potentially look into having the flooring put down. So we're kind of, I don't know how far into the process, but Aiden has like basically sanded the entire floors with like a 40 grit sandpaper, I think. And it's taken off most of the like dust. Like, this is what they were looking like before. You need to do the edges obviously, and then it's going to go over with an 80 grit and then 120 as well, I think. Now usually you'd hire like a big floor standing sander to do this, but my dad actually bought like a belt sander, and because it's a small room we just thought we'd give it a go rather than hire one. But for the other bedrooms, we'll definitely be hiring one because I think it's been quite a lot of work. Aiden said this morning that he's got a bit of a sore back. So yeah, it was all right for this tiny room, but for a bigger one, I definitely recommend hiring one. And then today, my dad is actually coming to help us fill in the gaps in the floorboards. Like here, where there must have been a radiator previously, they just filled it in with some like random wood. And then he's also taken the radiator off because I want to move it up a bit. So we need to sort this out. We might potentially swap some of the floorboards over here because there's going to be a wardrobe there, and put them here, so then it looks a little bit more seamless. But I think he's bringing some like reclaimed wood or something with him. And then I've had a bit of a change of heart over here because I was originally going to put a wardrobe on both sides of the wall, but I'm actually going to just do shelves here now because I feel like with the door clearance, the wardrobes are going to take up quite a lot of space in here. And in the future, if we want to use the room for something else, then I just feel like it's more practical to have shelves. So all my bags, I think, are going to go on the shelves here.
I am essentially going to DIY some by getting some old scaffold boards. I've seen some on Facebook Marketplace. So obviously I'll film that process if I end up going for that. And then over here we're going to have a IKEA packed wardrobe, which we're going to DIY, do that hack so it all looks built in, paint it in the same colour. And yeah, I'm going to have my dressing table here and then a chest of drawers I think here. And it's going to be a cute little room. Oh, and then the final thing is the dado rails, because we were going to do this first and we did stick them all up, but basically the glue we got wasn't strong enough. We went for a glue that you could like work with a bit because we were worried that it was just going to stick and not be level or something, but actually all of the glues give you a little bit of like leeway, and the one we went for just wasn't sticking to the wall at all. So we managed to do it with these two where the walls obviously were just a bit more flat and straight, whereas these ones it just didn't work. So we decided to paint the walls first instead, and then maybe today my dad and Aidan will put up the rest of the dado rails, and then I can just like tape up around and paint those. So yeah, it's all coming together now. It has been a bit of a slog, but it's a nice January activity actually. I feel like it's made the month go quite quickly.
Hello, so it's been a while since I last gave you an update on the progress of the room, so I thought I would round this video off by showing you where we are up to now. And then I've also been doing a little bit of homeware shopping from H&M Home and Zara Home. So I thought I would show you those pieces as well, since it's been quite like a homeware heavy vlog. We're still not there yet with the dressing room. It's taken me a lot longer than I anticipated, but we've just had other things on as well. And then obviously Aidan works full time, so I can't get him in on the DIY at all times of the day. But you might be able to see that the rails are now up on the walls and that's all been painted, so it's just pretty much the floor to finish off now, and then we can start adding the furniture. So I believe the last time I caught up with you the door was still to be painted, and I'm really happy with how this has turned out. These are like quite old doors and we really want to replace them, but I feel like this one has turned out a lot better than the one in the bathroom, and it's because Aidan had the idea to caulk all the little gaps around the frames of the door, so it just looks a lot smoother, and yeah, it looks really nice. I'm very happy with it. We also changed the door handle because the doorknobs that we had previously were just really ugly. I got this one from Screwfix and I love it. It's very weighty, and I feel like that has just made the door look 10 times better. And then we have also changed the light switch in here to this antique brass one, which again, I just feel like those little details make all the difference in a house. And then we switched out the plug sockets to match. Obviously I can leave all these bits below, but they were pretty inexpensive and I feel like they have made the world of difference. And then the last change in here is that we've put up the light. I do want to get a slightly more antique looking bulb for this, but this will do for now, and I love the light so much. It's from John Lewis, and yeah, I just love the scallop shade and I think the colour works perfectly. So very happy with that. Once we have finished sanding the floors, this is going to be going on the wall here. This was just like the best Facebook Marketplace find ever. It is a vintage French tapestry, and I feel like this isn't going to be for everyone. I feel like it's a little bit niche maybe, but I really love antiques and I love the like romantic vibe of this tapestry. I think it's absolutely beautiful, so feminine. The frame is gorgeous, and yeah, I feel like the colours work so perfectly with this room, so it's going to be the most gorgeous piece to finish off the dressing room. And I actually only paid £30 for this, which I honestly couldn't believe. I feel like that is such a steal. I've seen some online since exactly the same as this, like different sizes and different frames and stuff, or like some of them don't have frames because they are tapestries, so obviously can be hung, but they were so much more expensive than this one, so I really do think this is such a steal. And then in terms of homeware purchases, most of the bits I got were from H&M Home, but I did get a couple of pieces from Zara Home. One of of which is downstairs, so I'll have to show you that one in situ. But I got this in the sale. It is a glasses display case, and it's got this gorgeous like natural linen fabric on the insides, and then it's like a mango wood, I believe. But I thought this would look so gorgeous in this room because I have a chest of drawers that's going to go here, which I still need to paint, but I'm going to sit this on top of that, and I think it's going to look so nice. And I always take a pair of sunglasses out with me, especially like when I'm shooting content or obviously during the summer, and it takes me ages to go through them all to find the ones I'm looking for because they're all just in their cases. So I thought it'd be good to have some of the ones that I have in my like daily rotation in this box, so then I can just easily grab them and go. Most of the H&M bits are actually to go downstairs, but I do have this basket which I am going to keep up here. I need to remove the tag from this because I have actually already been using it. But this is advertised as a baby changing basket, but I've been using it for my hair stuff. So I've got my appliances in the big section. It's got like 3 different sections. So yeah, appliances in there, and then just my rollers and a couple of clips, scrunchies, that kind of thing in one of them, and then just hair products in here. So yeah, I just think that's a really good way to organise my hair stuff, because I feel like out of all of my beauty products, my hair appliances and products get the messiest the quickest. So just having a basket I can shove them all in and organise them slightly has been really handy. And then I also picked up a couple of tablecloths. I think both of them are linen. In fact, this one's a linen blend. I think the other one is 100% linen. But I got this really cute pink stripes one because I am having a little birthday like gathering at the house in a couple of weeks, and I'm doing a Valentine's Day theme because my birthday is just before Valentine's Day. So I'm trying to buy a few like pink decorative bits to just decorate the kitchen with. So I thought that this would be perfect. And I really love it. I can see myself using this over summer too, especially when we get the outdoor table back out. I think this would look really nice outside, because last year, even though we moved in towards the end of summer, we did eat our dinner outside a lot of evenings when it was sunny. So yeah, I think this is so nice, and I'm loving pink at the minute. Obviously I painted the bathroom pink, but I am not done there. I feel like I want to paint one more room pink. So yeah, pink is having a bit of a moment for me at the minute. And then the second tablecloth is just a classic cream one. This is really nice quality. In fact, no, this is a linen blend as well, but it just feels very like heavy. And yeah, I think for the price, this is such good value for money. A lot of linen tablecloths are incredibly expensive, but I always feel like H&M do really well priced homeware pieces. Also got a couple of packs of these linen tablecloths in the beige linen. Again, really affordable and just a good one to have in the cupboard for when we host. This stuff is actually quite boring and practical, but I did also get some tea towels. I went for the beige striped ones. I think I prefer the pink, to be honest, so I could maybe exchange them for the pink ones because they had ones that matched the tablecloth. But yeah, you can never have too many tea towels, so I just added a couple of those to the order. And then another pretty boring one, but we did also get some curtains because we're wanting to put some across our double doors in the kitchen just for a little bit more privacy. So I ordered 2 options. They're both the same, but just slightly different colours, if that's going to focus. Yeah, I couldn't tell online what the difference was, so I just thought I'd order both and return one. But this one's just a slightly cooler tone beige, and this is more of like a natural linen beige. They are going to be a little bit long for the doors, but they were so inexpensive, so I might just try and make them work. It's only really a temporary measure anyway. but you get 2 in a pack. So gonna play around with those and hopefully we can make them work. And then the final piece, which is also from Zara Home, is this wooden backgammon set. I actually got this for Aiden for his birthday because we love playing backgammon. We have a little travel set that we always take away with us, and especially in summer we just play it loads. So yeah, I got him this and he absolutely loves it, and it also makes the most gorgeous homeware piece as well. I feel like the tones of the wood just time perfectly with the colours of the sofa. We played a game the other night and we just had such a fun time playing it. We've not played it for ages and it was probably the closest game of backgammon we've ever played. So yeah, I just think it's a nice little evening activity. Just gets you doing something different than watching TV or scrolling on your phone. I've just been sat editing the last bits of this vlog and realised I didn't actually sign the video off. So I just wanted to say bye and thank you so much for watching. I will be vlogging the process of adding furniture to the dressing room. We are very nearly there now. We just need to fill in the gaps between the floorboards and varnish it, and then we can get on with doing the IKEA Packs wardrobe pack. So yeah, definitely come back for that video because it'll be fun to like organise everything. It's not going to be my next video because I've vlogged again since, but it will be the one after that. So hopefully it will go up fairly soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will leave all the bits from H&M, Zara and all that linked in the description box, but just give me a shout if I missed anything. And I will see you next time. Bye.